What's up, YouTubians? It's your boy on a different bike. Today I've got a ride review for you. 2018 Kawasaki Ninja 400 ABS. It's actually brand new. I'm delivering it for my neighbor who decided to buy a Ninja. So yeah, excited for the guy. So my initial thought is it's very comfortable. It's really comfortable. The ergonomics on it are they're perfect almost. And I'm sorry, I'm on the expressway. I just really hope that that my mic isn't picking up a bunch of wind noise. I got a new mic in the mail yesterday that I'm going to be installing tonight. It's a little buzzy. Not in my hands, but it's definitely a little buzzy in my feet. It's not anything that's unbearable. It's definitely doable. Power delivery on this is really smooth, like really smooth. The clutch it's a slipper clutch. For those of you who don't know what a slipper clutch is, if you're letting through, if you're downshifting quickly, sometimes what will happen is you'll get this wheel chirp because your RPMs drop drastically, and your chain and transmission and everything has to eventually catch up with that. So with the slipper clutch, it lets it slip on heavy downshifting. It feels super natural. It doesn't feel like weird, but the clutch is like super light. It's I mean, you could use your pinky finger in all honesty to get it to pull in. The mirrors are they're weird. They're very far out. I feel like they're like super wide. And I don't know, I guess you can still see a little bit of yourself in them. They do their job, I guess, but they're just kind of strange, to be honest. The bike is super light. It's like really flickable, really nimble. I'm also recently did a review on a Ninja 300. So I haven't gotten that video out yet, but I did a review on a 2017 Ninja 300, and they feel very similar. Even though this is a 400 and the other one's a 300, honestly, I can't romp on it because it's a brand new motorcycle and it's still in its break-in period. But just the power delivery so far, it seems very similar. They don't seem like they're too far apart. I've read somewhere that tested this bike had 40, I want to say 42 horsepower, and the Ninja 300 was tested at like 37 horsepower. I'll have to find the links to that and everything. So they're honestly not too far away from each other to begin with, but they feel very similar. Now that I'm going a little faster, I'm doing 68. It's 70-mile-an-hour road. I can feel a little bit of buzzing in the seat, which, I mean, it's not terrible. It tickles my balls a little bit, if I'm honest. Other than that, now it's super smooth. I think that this would be a really good commuter bike, and the reason I think that is because it's more than capable of doing highway speeds. Like we're on the expressway and we're cruising around now, and honestly, it could go much faster. Like I said, I have to baby it because it's still in that break-in period, and you know, you don't want to risk breaking anything while it's in that break-in period. So it's more than capable. City commuters, be a really good bike for that. Even if you have to take some highway, I don't know that I'd want to be on the highway with this thing for, you know, hours on end. If you had, you know, I've got a 20-minute drive ahead. I'd be on mostly expressway road. I think it would be okay for that. One thing that I do have to point out that's new from the 300 is the display. I don't know how well you can see the display, but it's all changed. It's actually a really nice display. You now get a gear indicator, as with the 300 you did not get a gear indicator. You also get average range, mile per gallon, fuel economy, things like that. I don't want to be behind this truck anymore. You get all the basic things that I feel like every new motorcycle should come with nowadays. And the one that I'm riding as tested, it is the ABS model, which is a little bit more, but that all depends. Some old school guys don't want ABS, which it's reasonable. Some people have just been riding so long without it, they like the fact of being able to lock up the rear brake whenever they want to. But for especially newer riders, which is the demographic for this motorcycle, really, you're not going to ever notice not having ABS because you've never ridden without it, if that makes any sense. Unless you're a dirt guy or a sumo guy, there's really no reason to not have ABS anymore. It's actually it's a great thing. It keeps your tires from locking up in an emergency stop, and keeps you from sliding. And because I don't know how the wind noise is in this helmet, I'm gonna pick up the rest when we get off of the expressway. Okay, now that we're off the expressway and I can actually feel like I can talk. Really cool thing that I noticed is when you're really light on the throttle, you're probably not going to be able to see that. Just take my word for it. It shows you that you're in eco mode. In other words, getting maximum fuel economy. So like I said, this doesn't have to be a beginner bike. It can be for anyone who just wants a commuter motorcycle, doesn't want to spend, you know, a ton of money on, you know, a super sport to commute with. You don't have to do that. Super sports get terrible gas mileage. You're better off in your car most of the time. Do you look cool? Yeah. Can you go fast? Hell yeah. But if you're looking for practicality over the speed and the looks, I'd buy one of these, you know, in a heartbeat if I was just looking for a commuter. The brakes are fabulous. They are absolutely fabulous. I don't know if they've changed anything for the 2018 year, but they feel really, really nice. I also like how the bike kind of gives you an appearance that it's bigger than what it actually is, because the tank is kind of really small, but the fairing up front is like super wide, and I really like that. I think Kawasaki did a really good job with the design on this motorcycle. Oh, the clutch is so smooth. It's so buttery. I like it. $12,000 or $12,000. No, 12,000 RPM red line. Shouldn't bad, I guess. God, that clutch feels really nice. Like I said, the only gripe I have with this thing so far is the mirrors. That's really the only thing that I've got an issue with. It is a little buzzy, I will give it that. It's not perfectly, I don't know how to say it, balanced, I guess. But it is a twin, so I get it. It's not going to be buttery smooth like your like your straight fours are. Oh, also new for this year. I don't know if you can see that. Whoa. They got LED lights this year instead of the halogen bulbs. 6-speed manual transmission with the oh my god, man, I can't mention this clutch enough because it's super smooth. And Kawasaki really did a really good job at the way it engages, the way you downshift with it. Rev matching is an ease. It's just so nice. It's so smooth. I think these things are capable of getting like 68 miles to the gallon or 70 miles to the gallon or something absurd. Like it's a lot that it can do. You get passing buttons. You get horn, turn signals, high beam, low beam, start button. You don't get anything extra that you don't need. I can say that pretty confidently. It's pretty much, I mean, it's a very bare bones style motorcycle, if I'm 100% honest with you, but it's done very nicely. It makes you feel like you're on something that costs twice as much as it actually does. Anyway, I know that if you're watching this review, it's because you're trying to probably figure out what to do, or is this bike the right bike for me? Let me just go ahead and say, as a commuter, I can see this being an amazing bike. Somebody who's just looking to get back and forth from their 9 to 5. As a starter, this is going to be an amazing bike. There are also options for tank bags, saddlebags, like soft saddlebags, things like that. For this, they could turn it into a tourer, if that's what you needed it to be. But I mean, I say throw your leg around one, see how it feels. I hope that all the things that I've covered on it. Sorry, I can't do like any top speed runs or anything like that. It's torquey. You can feel the torque in it. It's got lots of low end torque. It's nothing stupid. It's not anything that's going to get you in trouble, but it's enough to be comfortable with. So hopefully you've stumbled across this video trying to figure out what you should buy. Like I said, throw your leg around one, see how it feels. It's a phenomenal motorcycle. The only complaint that I have is it's a little buzzy on the expressway, and the mirrors are ridiculous. They are absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. And if you like what you saw and you want to see some more, as always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.